I want someone who has a good relationship with God.
With what?
God.
God.
Yeah. I think the person should also be very hardworking.
Mm.
Yeah. Hardworking and smart is a good thing.
Alright, so you're welcome to the first episode of Explore with Gaida. My name is Abdul Samad Gaida, and this is the first episode where we explore people, we explore businesses, we explore cultural happenings in around the northern region, and anything that has to do with discovery, we get to explore it right here on Explore with Gaida. And like I said, this is our first episode, and we are glad and happy enough to have in our midst a lady I had an experience with some days ago. I mean, it was a beautiful experience. I mean, after we met at a festival, that is the traditional food festival at the Chogu Palace, I decided to follow up on something which I'll be telling you later on. Then we travel all the way to one community, if I can remember the name. Help me now. Chirfoyele. We went to Chirfoyele to do some donations, and we went there. I mean, we saw some lovely women and kids over there. She took us there. She was the lead, and we followed. Well, after that experience, we decided to host her here to find out exactly what working in communities here in the northern region is all about, and also what the experience is like to be in northern region in Tamale, working with community women and kids and all that is happening in the community as far as the northern region is concerned. So she's in the person of Elizabeth. I'm here to find out her surname, but a lot of people know her by the name Lizy. Lizy, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful, as always. Unique.
Thank
you know what? I like your tribal mark.
I'm blushing.
It's kind of unique. Since I saw you at the festival, I've not been able to forget
because
your
of
face.
The tribal mark.
Exactly. You know,
I'm happy to
it makes you stand out and unique.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a bit about it?
My name is Bashir Elizabeth.
Okay.
Most people call me Lizy Bash, and I'm not a Dagomba. Most people think I am a Dagomba because of my tribal marks, but I'm actually a Busanga.
Okay.
Well, according to my mom, she wasn't still sure what our tribal marks was, so I don't know if they call them Ganzaba or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one was around the area. He called him to give me my marks in the absence of my dad. She wasn't sure of the tribal marks, so the man decided to give me his marks as a Dagomba. And today I find myself in the Dagomba land.
Oh, okay.
And everyone thinks I'm a Dagomba, but I'm a Busanga.
Oh, because of travel mark.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And I'm from Pusiga. Pusiga is after Boku. I've been in Tamale for the past 8 years. Before 8 years, I was in Pusiga my entire life. Yes. And so I've been here for 8 years. I've been working with communities for 3 years.
So I want to find out, what is it like working in communities in the northern region?
It's a mixed feeling. First of all, I would say it's adventure. That's the one thing that draws me to doing this work, more of this work. Another aspect is the fact that I feel fulfilled. I feel that I'm able to impact on the lives of people. And the other side is being able to, how do I put this in a nice way? Being able to understand that the people in the rural areas don't have the same mentality as I do. They don't have the same understanding because of illiteracy and all that. And so sometimes it gets a bit difficult working with them because they have a different mentality from what I originally have or what I am used to in Tamale here. So it's quite difficult, but also fun to learn their culture, their tradition, because it's a bit different from my culture. And so it's been a mixed feeling. But all in all, I am happy that I am able to impact lives, and I'll keep working in this industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many communities do you operate in?
So under our Under our community list, we have 56 communities, but I've had the opportunity to maybe visit like 28 of them. The others I'm yet to visit them, but they are part of our communities, and we have field officers that are in these other communities, but I've been able to visit, I think, 28 or more.
28 communities. Wow. How do you get to these communities?
The means of transport?
Yes.
So I go by motorbike or a pickup. So if
are they far? I mean, the community we went to, Chirifoyini, was quite a distance though.
Like that's like one of the shortest community in terms of distance. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, apart from the communities under the Kombongo district, this is like the shortest community, and this is one of the communities I visit most often. So I don't think you should say that it's far because it's like the shortest.
That was the first time I went there, but anyway, so exactly what do you do in these communities?
So in these communities, I work with Pond Foundation currently. Initially, I worked with another organization, but I think I should be talking about Pond Foundation because that's where I work right now. So with Pond Foundation, we identify community needs. We focus on education. We focus on water. We focus on sanitation and women empowerment. So with education, we identify school needs. It could be renovation. It could be building a new school for a community that has no school. It could be buying learning materials for the kids because they don't have that. We also have plans of training teachers because some of these schools have teachers that are not trained teachers. They are just volunteers from the community. So we have plans of collaborating with other NGOs that are into similar things that can help us train these volunteers to do a better job. And we also have the water filter where we build water systems for communities that don't have access to water. So there are communities that when you go in and you dig a borehole in these communities, you won't find water. I think the specialists will know why. So such communities, I think the government has built dams for them. So that's why we have the one community, one dam. But this water from the dam, it's not so clean for consumption. So we find a way of filtering this water with biochar and sand and other material to filter the water to make it safe for these people to be able to consume. And with sanitation, we build toilet facilities for communities that do not have toilet facilities. And women empowerment, this is where Mushroom Project comes in.
Exactly, I was coming there, but you continue.
I should continue.
Yes.
So with the women empowerment aspect, we have a partner from Israel that is a social enterprise that is focused on empowering women through the cultivation of oyster mushrooms. So she chose mushrooms because mushrooms are very easy to take care of. Women do not have to do so much tedious work. And with the cultivation of mushroom, you don't need a land. Something that we know most of the women here don't have access to. Exactly. So that is why we chose mushroom as a project to help us empower these women in communities. So we fund the production process. We train these women on how to cultivate mushrooms. Not just any cultivation. We train them on how to cultivate with rice straw. Mostly mushrooms are being cultivated with sawdust, but we want sustainability. We want the women to own the project and be able to do things on their own. So we decided to go with rice straw. We had to do a lot of piloting because no one had done this before. So this was the first time we were doing something like that. There had to be a lot of trials and failures and all that, just to make sure that these women can be able to handle the project on themselves and not have to discontinue, maybe because they have to leave their community to the next community to purchase sawdust, and that will be a problem and cause the discontinuation of the project and all that. Sorry, I hope this will be cut off.
You told me you had some cold, so
I'm not feeling so well.
Sorry, it's understandable.
So that's why we chose the right straw, and so we train the women on how to grow the mushrooms. We link them up with markets because mushrooms are not really something that is so known in the northern.
Exactly, we had a conversation when we were going to the
northern parts of Ghana. So we had to train these women on recipes, give them recipes that they can try at home. And also another aspect of this project was to tackle the issue of malnutrition because we've noticed that most of these communities depend so much on carbohydrate. Their food is fully carbohydrate. You go to your community, you ask, what do you eat in the morning? Cocoa. What do you eat in the afternoon? Sam. What do you eat in the evening?
Another Sam.
So there's not like variety, and so it's causing a lot of issue and distracting the growth of these children. So we thought the mushroom was also a way to solve that problem, and not just as a way of generating money for the women. And so after they consume, they still have some that they can't sell, which I come in to sell the mushroom in Tamale here and beyond Tamale for them. All this money goes back to the women to support them so that they can take care of their children. I read something somewhere that said you don't have to keep giving people things. You maybe teach them how to
exactly. I think it's a Chinese proverb also. You teach people how to fish instead of giving them a fish to eat.
It's actually in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. Okay. So that's exactly you are doing in the community.
So that's what we are doing. We don't want to just go in and give them what they need. We want to be able to train them to be able to do something for themselves, to be able to solve these problems that we are solving. That is the education, the sanitation, and all those things. If they're able to work and earn their own money, then they should be able to solve these problems that we are trying to solve in the long run. And then we can talk about sustainability.
Wow. Beautiful project.
Thank you.
Mushroom, not very common in the northern region. When I saw it the first time at the festival, I was like, hey, mushroom pan. I've never eaten mushroom before, so I'm here to try it. But it's a good initiative. It's kind of different from what the other people do.
Everyone is doing.
Yes, but how are the women coping up with this mushroom cultivation and all that?
It was difficult initially. I will not lie about that. We had like 3 pilots. You can call that a trial. We had like 3 trials failed.
Ooh.
Yes, and we invested lots of money. It's not chicken change.
Yeah, I know, right?
We invested a lot of money, so it was difficult. Later, we finally got it, and we decided to back off and let the women do it themselves, and they had another 100% failure.
Another?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you can imagine what we've been through to get to where we are today, that they are able to produce on their own. And apart from the production too, adapting it to start consuming it was also a bit challenging, because it's not something some people will say, oh, Tinubu diddly. I don't understand that man.
They are not, like I said, they are not used to it. So
they say that we don't eat it, we just see it in the wild. So it took a lot of time to be able to convince them that this is actually very nutritious and there's no taboo attached to it, because North here we have a lot of taboos. So we've asked a lot of elderly people in the North to be sure that there's no taboo attached to it, and so we also let them know. And I think one thing about community people is that if you're able to convince one person to do something, it's enough. That one person will save you a lot of drama. They will now be like your advocate for free. You don't need to pay them. So
I know how communities sometimes
they can spread a lot of news. So
people will start coming to him for more information. How does it taste? I mean, what's the experience like? And once he gives them good.
So I think like 2 people were just brave enough to just try it. I'm like, oh, this thing tastes like meat and it's very nice. And the children don't have access to meat. So when they saw this, they were just like happy. They were consuming it now. Everyone is consuming mushroom.
So how many women so far are involved with this mushroom cultivation?
Currently we have 2 communities that are growing mushrooms. So one community has 30 women, the other also has 30 women. So in total we have 60 women.
Wow.
We have plans of expanding this.
So are these numbers able to produce enough for their consumption and for sale?
Yes. So now they are able to, well, we can't say everyone is able to consume the quantity they would wish to consume, because they also want to make money out of it.
Exactly.
But the plan is to have individual farms by January, just this January. And currently they are growing in like one big farm that everyone, we see it to be like that, the experiment farm, where everyone can learn as much as possible, so that when we set up individual farms, they can take very good of it, because now they are going to be independent, handling everything themselves. So we're hoping that when we get to that stage, they can produce as much as they can, feed their families as much as possible, and still be able to sell and make profits out of it.
Okay. So now let's talk about mushrooms, especially for those of us who don't know much about it. You have been, I'm sure you've done a lot of research before even getting involved with it. So tell us about mushrooms. How healthy are they? how easy or difficult are they to cultivate, and I mean, why should people consume it?
Okay, so I think one of the most important thing I like to say about mushrooms is that mushrooms are organic. So when you come here, not just Ghana or Northern region to be precise, I think it's difficult to come across vegetables that are being produced organically. Mostly we have a lot of pesticide spraying, weedicides, control and all that. But with mushrooms, the only thing we spray on mushrooms is water. And that's all.
Just water.
Just water. So you are consuming organic. And mushrooms are known to be good for your heart. It helps you prevent heart diseases. It helps you prevent some cancers. They're actually very nutritious. So research has shown that if you mix beans with mushrooms, you're able to get the same amount of nutrients you would have gotten from consuming meat. So if we are able to maybe dry mushrooms, mill it into powder with beans and make porridge for kids or for adults, then it's like they are just consuming meat. The nutrients they are going to get from it is the same.
So this is kind of perfect for vegetarians.
It's perfect for everybody. When you say vegetarians, those who are not vegetarians want to like wash their hands. Like, this is not for me. No. It's for everybody. I eat mushrooms almost every day. This morning I had mushrooms with pancakes.
Wow.
Yes, so
you grow it, so
so I just dry it and I use my dry blender to just blend it into powder, do my pancake mixture, then I add it to it, then I have my perfect mushroom pancakes. And a lot of people are trying a lot of recipes. I think yesterday I was with Amina and she mentioned she used it to prepare dawa jollof. She would not stop talking about it whilst I was writing.
All right, for those of you who are watching and don't know Amina is the owner of Dudogo. It's an African kitchen in Tamale, somewhere around the Shogun roundabout, now called Dr. Chow roundabout. She just recently celebrated the traditional food festival, which I spoke about earlier on when I was doing my intro. She's so into local dishes. Yes, for those of you who don't know who she is, you can check her out. Yes.
Yes, you should check her out. And I also have other friends who are like, oh, I've tried it with TZ and a yo-yo, and I don't know the difference between that and offals, or should I say intestines, animal intestines. They're saying if you cook it well, then you're able to get the same feeling that you get. So I'm more of a big fan of the dried mushrooms than the fresh one. The dried ones give me the chewy and meaty feeling. The fresh one just gives me the vegetable vibe. So I just use it for my normal stir fries, my sauces and noodles, and that's it. But when it comes to dry ones, I can actually do a lot of things with it.
And it is nice.
Very delicious.
Try it, right? Try it. So let's say I'm in Tamale, I want mushrooms to buy. Where do I get it? Because I know it's not very common to find.
So if you want mushrooms, you can just call me or WhatsApp me. So my call number is 0599-167485. 0599-167485. That's for call. And for WhatsApp, I have 0551-728446. WhatsApp 0551-728446. I'm also on TikTok as Lizy Bash 1. I'm also on LinkedIn as Bashir Elizabeth. Unfortunately, these are the only social media handles I have.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and I just want to make another request from you. You're watching. I'm sure you got in the number. You call her to ask for the mushrooms. I'm going to make a request on your behalf because let's assume I come to get it and I probably don't know what recipe to prepare it with. I'm sure you share.
Yes. So the good news is that I've actually created a lot of recipes.
Voila.
I'm trying to explore a lot for most of the people who keep saying I don't know how to consume mushrooms. What do I do with my mushrooms? Instead of explaining to you, I just share the videos with you, or I just tell you to check out my TikTok page and you can see a lot of cooking that I do with mushrooms. Yes.
There you go. Wow. All right. So you got it, right? Give her a call. You buy mushroom, she'll show you how to use it.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're done with mushroom. You spoke about biochar.
Yes.
We had a conversation the last time we were going to Chirifoyili. I mean, it was my first time hearing biochar and what it was. I want you to tell us what it is for the benefit of my viewers.
So I'm not a biochar specialist. I only had the privilege to work alongside someone who was a biochar officer, Kyle, my colleague, who is from Switzerland. Yes. So what I have learned from him basically about biochar is that biochar is an organic fertilizer if other materials are added to it. So let me take you back. So it's the proper burning of agricultural waste. So it could be your groundnut shells, your corn cobs. Currently, we are producing biochar with baobab shells. So after you crush your baobab, the shells that is left, we are using that to produce biochar. But you can use any agricultural waste to produce biochar. So it's properly burnt and is then introduced into the soil like that. And when you do that, I know that it serves as a sponge, something like a sponge that holds water in the soil for a longer period of time, because here we have a lot of issues with climate change.
Especially this time around, everybody was complaining about the drought and all that.
The use of fertilizer and you having to apply every year. So from what I know, if you apply fertilizer this year and biochar, the biochar is able to hold the fertilizer and water for a longer time. So that means next season you can still plant without the fertilizer because the fertilizer is still present in the soil. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You are?
Yes. But if you add other materials to biochar, like chicken manure to biochar, then you can now classify biochar as an organic fertilizer. Once again, this is what I know. I don't know into details, the chemistry.
But you train farmers in the communities on how to do this.
So at Pond Foundation, we train men and women in the community, in general, smallholder farmers, to be able to boost their yield, to be able to get more when they plant, and to also ensure that their lands are the increase in climate resilience, so that when we are having these climate issues, the effect on them is less because they are using biochar. And so this is our way of also contributing to the environment. So Pond Foundation is actually into people and the environment, and so the aspect of biochar is where the environment comes in. We are concerned about the environment, sustaining it and making sure it gets its nutrients back, because we know it has lost a lot with the improper agricultural practices that is ongoing and all that. Yes, and that is where biochar comes in. But from a personal angle, not work, I'm also learning on organic agriculture to be able to also train these women, most especially that I am working with, to be able to convert this spent substrate after they cultivate mushrooms, the waste that is remaining, to be able to compost it into vermicompost, and then they can also introduce that into their soil, and it should be organic fertilizer. And also in the long run, I'm hoping they can be able to sell the same vermicompost to other farmers to also generate money for themselves, so that it won't just be the production of mushrooms and selling, but also at the end they also have vermicompost to be able to sell and earn more money. But this is also at the personal level. So I think after we met, I told you I was going for a training. I'm going for a 6 weeks training to learn on organic agriculture. The interesting thing is that I've not done anything in agriculture. Nothing.
Well, that's life,
I didn't even farm growing up. My parents were not farmers, so I didn't get the opportunity to farm.
That's life.
Yeah, but I'm beginning to love it.
Sometimes I just try to reflect back when we're in primary, JHS, and anytime you ask what do you want to be in future, you mention something big.
Doctor.
Sometimes I just wake up and I say, Charlie, what did you say you wanted to be?
Pilot.
Pilot. Those were the common things. Either a doctor, a pilot, a
nurse. Oh, no.
And I want to ask you, what did you say you wanted to be? And what are you now? Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with this conversation. Okay, so welcome back. We are here in the studios of Gaida-Com. This is Explore with Gaida, and this is our first episode podcast here online. Remember, you can follow us on all the social media platforms, and it's just Explore with Gaida. You find us on TikTok, YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. We are everywhere. If you want to follow all these episodes, you can follow us on these social media platforms. We are here today with Lizy. Her full name is Elizabeth, but they call her Lizy. She's a community worker here in Northern Region, and earlier on we spoke about some of the things she does in these communities. I want us to get a bit personal with her, since we've gotten to know exactly what you do and what you do in these communities with the women and how you're helping them to live a better life and make something out of themselves and all that. Okay, this is a question most women don't like, but I'm sorry.
Why do you have a feeling I know what you're about to ask me?
I mean, it's a common question. Anytime you're trying to get personal with a woman, that's the question she always expects. Yes, but she pretends as if she's...
I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't know, right? So, are you married?
Not yet.
Are you dating?
Not yet.
Are you expecting to date?
Of course.
Yes. So I just want to assume. I'm pretty sure it's because of, your community work and up and down. That's why you probably don't have time for any guy. And I can see it from your eyes that, Charlie, you've rejected a countless number of men because you don't want them to slow you down, right?
Dude. I didn't say any of those things. This is just you assuming.
Yes. So
I don't know what to say.
Oh, you want the question to be direct, right?
Yeah. I don't want you to assume.
So okay, let's make it direct. How is your relationship with men?
Terrible.
Explain.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm different. Recently, very recent, someone told me you are very masculine, you are not feminine.
Come again?
You are very masculine, you are not feminine. That's what someone told me.
Yeah.
I'm still processing it. I don't know if I should take it as a compliment or I should be offended by that comment. But I think most people are scared. They feel like you are demanding a lot, even though they've not spoken to you, they've not heard from you, they're already assuming things. Maybe this woman looks very difficult. Maybe she wants a very rich man. She wants a very established person and all that. Yeah, but I don't want to go into details as to how my previous ones went and all that. So I'll just keep it here. Keep it on the low.
All right. So I won't push, but I still find it quite strange. I mean, how some men would look at you and think that you are
not feminine.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, Charlie.
I'm not in charge of their processing. They decide what they want to think.
Okay. So, but I also want to assume that do you make yourself available to men, as in like you're open? Because I know some women who are like a closed shell, you understand? It's very difficult opening up towards men. And I'm a man and I understand sometimes what we go through as men. You see a woman and the way she carry herself alone will tell you that, Charlie, don't even try, don't go there.
On behalf of my gender, sorry about that. Yes. But I don't think I'm like that. We met for just like 5 minutes, and after that we're going to the community. I think I was very open.
Yes, you were.
Outspoken.
To me.
Yeah, I'm like that with everyone. Yeah. Unless maybe I meet a rascal, someone from your appearance, I know it's nothing to write home about, so I just try not to like go into a conversation with the person. But on a normal day, I'm very open. I have very nice conversations with people, and that's how I am. I'm very open.
Oh, okay. No problem. The right guy will surely show up.
Amen.
Yes. And I'm sure you are over there. You did there. Okay, so aside that,
Okay.
what do you do to have fun on a normal day?
I like food, so I love to cook. I love to sleep. I'm a sleeping beauty. I can sleep for like 12 hours when I don't have work going on. Yes. So if I'm not cooking, I'm sleeping, or I'm hanging out with someone who I can have good conversations with. I don't like hanging out with boring people that you just sit and you're just looking at each other, pressing your phone. I'll do that in my house. I won't go out with you to go and do the same thing
outside. Yeah.
So if it's someone that I know that the person is very outspoken, then I'll go out with the person. So mostly people see me going out with like my co-workers, they're white. It's only because having conversations with them is very easy. You can open up and they will not judge you, and you can talk as free as you want. And so I like having good conversations. I like to cook, I like to sleep, and that's what I do for fun.
Okay. So as you were talking, my man instinct was also speaking to me, and I'm just trying as much as possible to give the men out there who are watching us an upper hand on how to get closer to you and probably win your heart. What are the things you look out for in a man? Like you see a guy, like what are the things that gets you attracted to a guy?
I think just some few things. First of all, I want someone who has a good relationship with God.
With what?
God.
Yeah.
It's not just the regular going to church, just following the crowd. No, like I mean a personal relationship with God. And with that, I should be able to see it in the person's action and how the person treats people, live their life and all that. I should be able to see it in it. I don't need the person telling me. I should be able to see that in that person. And secondly, we should be talking of an enlightened person, someone who is open-minded and not just shallow-minded. Just wants to do things that everyone is doing, but I just want someone who is different. Not like most of the people in this generation.
I see.
Don't come for me. Don't beat me.
Yeah. No, nobody's going to beat you. And I understand why, some men look at you and they have that kind of impression about you. Because, honestly speaking, I'm a guy.
I'm not too much.
No, you're not. It's just that we have very few.
Of this,
very limited
this kind of men.
Of the kind of men you are describing.
I'm not even done.
You're not even done. To I swear. Continue.
And I think the person should also be very hardworking. Yeah, hardworking and smart is a good thing. Not just hardworking, but also smart. And then someone who is able to express love.
Oh, okay.
You don't just say you love me. You should be able to express the love. So there are just 4 basic things.
Thanks, yeah. Unfortunately for you, we're just few. Especially in Ghana and Tama, we're just few. That's why it's
the problem is like this.
We're just few. Aside me, my cameraman.
And you are picking.
There's a few, yes, and I'm picking. There's a few others who are out there, But definitely we'll get someone.
Positive.
Yeah. It surely would happen with time. So, we're still on the personal, right?
I thought we are done.
Or you
with
want
that.
us to get out of it? I think I've given the men out there enough information they need.
Yeah.
So, if you need more information, just use the tips she has given you to get closer to her, and you can access.
I don't think I should have even revealed that.
You can access directly all the questions you want. I've been trying to get into your minds and access the questions you would want to find out from her. So what are your plans for the future?
I feel that now I am gathering as much experience as possible, but this is how I envision the future to look like. Hopefully own my own organization, maybe an NGO or a social enterprise that I can be able to impact on the lives of women. I should be able to help the soil and also be able to help consumers like you. So in the future, I am not going to be focusing only on mushrooms. I am going to be focusing on a lot of things, vegetables, everything that you can grow, but this time around, organic. so that if you, the consumer, you are consuming this, I am very happy that I am able to help you consume the right produce, and also I am able to help the land and also help women. So the future is just about impacting and feeling fulfilled, because I feel that is what I was created for, and not to do what everyone is doing. So this is my own way of impacting. But I don't know, in the future, if you don't find me doing this, it's probably because maybe God has shifted the whole thing, but it will still be on impacting on the lives of people. Yes.
Okay. And finally, what message do you have for young people, male, female, with regards to working in communities? Because myself, before I got into media stuff, I didn't want to hear anything about community stuff, right? But now, after going, having some experiences, it's fun, it's lovely, it's beautiful. But we still have young people out there who, when you talk about going to the communities, hey, what do you have to share with them?
I would say that if you are intending to work in this field, you should first of all have it in your mind that it's not a place where you can make so much money. If you're making so much money, then you're doing it illegally, which I think most people are doing. But if you want to be in this industry, then you should come because you want to impact on the lives of people. You want this your own way of serving society and giving back to society, maybe what they have done for you, or you find what they have done for you a reason to want to be in this field. And I think that alone should be able to give you so much happiness that any other thing in this world cannot give you. And for me, that is why I work with communities. So they should find their purpose, find what makes them happy, and if this is what makes them happy, then they shouldn't be afraid. They shouldn't follow the crowd. It's okay to be unique and different. I mean, I'm not like most of my friends that are always wearing Brazilian hair, makeup, lashes, and fixing the long nails because of the sort of job I do. But this is what I have chosen to do, and I knew that whatever I decide to do would come with its consequences, and this is just some few of it that I am living with. And so it's okay to be different from people, but what is very important is to ask yourself if whatever you are doing is making you happy.
Ask yourself if whatever you are doing is making you happy. Yeah, I've learned that lesson too some time back, and I had to reorganize myself and choose what makes me happy, and I'm happy now. So it's a good advice from Lizy.
Thank you.
Yes, Lizy, thank you so much, Mr.
Gaida. Thank you so much, especially because I am the first person to be interviewed on this podcast. Yes. So I feel so honored, and thank you.
Thank you too. Well, like I said, this is the first episode, and we're here with Elizabeth, aka Lizy. In fact, I've learned so much, and I've gotten to know you even more.
Thank you.
Than before, and I hope you've learned a lot too, and you've gotten to know her as well. Remember, we're on all the social media platforms on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Is Explore with Gaida, and this is where we explore people, we explore businesses, we explore events, culture, traditions, happenings here in the northern region and beyond. Always remember, we'll bring you the latest of these things in our next episode. Stay tuned, subscribe, right? I'll see you later. My name is Abdul Samad Gaida. Explore with Gaida it is. Bye bye.